Hello and welcome to the new episode of The Hannah Show. Not the best start to the week. I am not in the mood. I was actually thinking I am not going to record anything because of the fact that I wasn't in the mood. But I think we all go through these days and it's just life, isn't it? Oh, by the way, this is the calendar I had last year. The new one is in my Etsy shop. You will find the link in the bio. It's a Sunday start. London Underground, we start our working week on a Sunday. So it helps to have a calendar that starts on a Sunday. And unfortunately, this is not a usual thing in the UK. So it's hard to get one. So I make one every year. And my colleagues can enjoy that one as well. But I know in America, they have Sunday starts. So just a little tidbit. In other news, I am reading Dragon Republic. This is book 2 in a Poppy War series. I am just under 50%. I'm enjoying it. It's a bit slower than the other one, but I'm still enjoying it. And I also started Off the Flesh. This is a short horror story collection. I think it's 18 stories. So I think I can use that for the horror bingo board for the hard mode. And then I picked up an audiobook, Paul Tremblay, The Disappearance at Devil's Rock. So far so good. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a bit weirdly written. I think I need to get used to the writing style. We start with the mum that gets a phone call after midnight, and it's one of her son's friends calling, just checking if Tommy's is home, because he kind of disappeared in the woods when they were playing. And then we start from that, and then, you know, this other boy, Josh, I think he's her name. So there was 3 friends, Josh, Tommy and Lewis, and they all went to play in the woods. And one of these boys, Tommy, went into the woods and disappeared. So I literally just started. I don't even know how far in the book I am. Yeah, so I've listened to just under 30 pages. I'm gonna start chapter 3. They're not actually numbered. Each chapter has a title. 28 pages. So that's something I will be listening to. And other updates. So I don't know if you remember, last week I have received a Vinted parcel that was sent to me by accident, and my order actually went to someone else. So I have 2 books here that I actually haven't ordered. So now trying to organize the return, and Vinted is telling me that apparently I'm supposed to pay the return postage cost. The seller is saying she's going to refund me the postage cost, but how is she going to do this? I don't understand. I have never done this before. If you had any experience like this with Vinted, let me know in the comments. This is new to me. I will update you how it goes later. But yeah, it kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, it pissed me off. So yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna prepare those. Tomorrow is my rest day, so I'm gonna send this off. And I also have 2 orders from Vinted that I sold, and I need to send some books on the top. So I'm going to do this, and I think I'm just going to bloody chill today, because I had a day and a half. Everything was going wrong on the Northern Line this morning. I don't know, if you live in London and you used a Northern Line this morning on the 18th of November, Monday morning, I feel for you, because it was absolute shite. So on that note, I'm going to make myself a coffee and I'm going to chill and relax, because I don't care anymore. my god, it's snowing. It's horrible. I mean, it snowed earlier on and now it's just raining and it's 1 degree. So the minute that freezes, the whole of the UK is gonna come to a standstill. I promise you. I have dropped my son to school and then I stopped by the shops. I've done some grocery shopping and I was going to go to the gym, but right now I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go. Hopefully that will change, but I have a few things that I need to do today, so we'll see. Also, I need to edit a video, so we shall see. We shall see later on. Depends how I feel. Oh, it's actually 0 degrees now. My thing on the window shows 0 degrees, so that's interesting. So I'm gonna do some chores and then, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever I have on my to-do list. 3 o'clock we have an appointment with an orthodontist. My son's getting his braces fitted today. So yeah, I need to do everything by 2 o'clock and it's currently 9:30. And if you were Jason, you were saying I'm clock watching already. But yes, I kinda am clock watching because I've got a lot of things to do and yeah, day is short basically. So for now the plan is I am going to get these babies on and I'm going to listen to my audiobook while I do unpack my grocery shopping and sort out my laundry and stuff. Interrupting this audiobook because I want to show you something what I picked up in Lidl's. Anyway, so for last week I think I picked this one up. It's kind of like a body mist. It smells so good. It's jasmine and dragon fruit. It is so gorgeous. You would think that this is Lidl's and it's absolute rubbish. And I got that one last week and I'm loving it. It actually smells so good and on the body smells so good and doesn't have that chemical after smell like a lot of these cheap brands have. And today, so I picked up another one of these because I like it, and I picked up this one as well. So this is a pistachio and salted caramel. It smells quite like vanilla, and both of them are dupes for the Sol de Janeiro, or however you pronounce this, body mist fragrance, the Cheriosa one. And I think this one is a dupe for the 62, Cheriosa 62. This one is 250 ml. The original one is 240 ml. And the original yellow one, now I think the normal price is 38 quid. Now on Sephora is reduced to £32. And I think it's the same for this one. So Cheriosa, so this is a dupe for Cheriosa 68. And this original price is the same, basically nearly 40 quid. For the same amount of product, they smell literally the same. And guess how much I paid for these? £3.99, £3.99. Winner! And it smells so freaking good. Ah! Hello, we are back from the orthodontist and the braces are in for, we'll see how long, about 2 years probably. So hopefully that will straighten his teeth and make them nice and lovely. But I'm gonna cook dinner now and then kind of just chill for a bit and in bed. I called my friend Eva today. Hi Eva. And while I was chatting to her, I made something. I'll show you. I made a hat. I've ordered some pompons. So I'm gonna have a pompon here. But look, I had that leftover yarn. And how cute is this? It's so lovely. Oh, these colors are so nice. So I'm thinking, and it was so quick to make as well, I'm thinking I might put them in my Etsy shop. I'll keep you updated and I'll let you know how it goes. If it's something I'm gonna decide to do. It's a possibility that it's gonna go in my Etsy shop. Oh yeah, this thread that you can see, I'm basically waiting for the pom-pom to arrive so I can attach it. I am going to go and cook dinner and then I listen to my book. It's getting interesting. I'm listening to Paul Tremblay's Disappearance at Devil's Rock, and it's getting a little bit spooky and I'm enjoying it. So happy reading to me. Hello. Oh my gosh, for once it's a lovely sunny day, but it was freezing cold this morning. And in other news, also Northern Line has been shit this past week, so work had not been fun this morning, but I had a short shift and I'm home now. So the plan is I need to come out from this uniform, and I am going to utilize my time to finish Paul Tremblay's The Disappearance of the Disappearance at Devil's Rock, which I'm really enjoying. And I am going to finish my drawing, the one that I started in the previous vlog, I think, and maybe even edit. I should edit the vlog that's supposed to come out this week. I have not been feeling it, to be honest. So we'll see what's gonna happen. For now I need to change first, and then one step at a time. It is so freaking cold. Even though my heating is on, it's freezing. I think maybe because I was sitting down. I was editing the vlog that I want to post tomorrow. I was editing the vlog, I was doing the thumbnail, and I literally just got so cold. The heating come on about half an hour ago, so probably a little bit too late. And it's so cold. Outside is 1 degree. This is what you don't understand, is the fact that this is England. In England, it does not get this cold in November. This, in my opinion, we've also seen snow yesterday. This, for the UK, is a freaky flipping weather. I'm not liking it. So I think for this cold weather, I think my hats will be useful. I made 2 of those yesterday. One big, one small. One is for my friend Carly. Her birthday is today. Happy birthday, Carly! And this one is for my friend's niece. So I have ordered some pom-poms and they are arriving today. So I'm gonna attach the pom-poms when they arrive and I will show you. And how cool are they? I am so flipping happy with how they turn out. They're so lovely. For now, I think I am going to put the Devil's Rock on. Devil's Rock, the Disappearance at Devil's Rock, and listen to this while I make soup, because I have to make a soup for my son, because he had his braces fitted yesterday and he can't really eat anything because his jaw hurts. The orthodontist said that it's going to take up to a couple of weeks for him to readjust to the braces, and she said he could find it uncomfortable or even painful. So yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna make a soup. I did want to tell you something. So something nice happened today. Someone made an order in my Etsy shop. They've ordered a print of Camden Town Station, and they left a note with the order. And listen to this, I'm gonna read this. Hello, thank you for a beautiful print. It's me and my girlfriend's first anniversary soon, and this is where we met for the first time, just inside the entrance of Camden Town Station. I think it's amazing that I can gift her something pretty like this about where we first met. And I was like, my god, this is so freaking cute. Stuff like this makes me so happy. I'm telling you, when I used to work at Wembley Park, I used to work on stations before I was a driver. There was this one day when I was working on the gate line, and this couple came up to me and they asked me, do I have any suggestions for like places to eat, because they just met, it's their first date and whatnot, but they're not sure where to go. So anyway, so they went on a date, and then I was at Wembley Park for 4 years and they were together. So it was so nice to see like these things happen, and how underground is kind of involved in this as well. And I felt involved because I was like, I was there on the first day they met me. And you know, even like in the beginning of this year, Megan, you know, Megan is getting married as well next year, and she placed an order in my shop as well for some prints because they are meaningful to her relationship with her fiance. And now this, you know, and it makes me so happy when, you know, when I read things like that, when people tell me, like, you know, when they share their stories as well. So yay, I am so happy. So anyway, I am going to put my headphones on and I'm going to listen to my book now and make that soup. Hello friends. I told you I have that order yesterday, and someone, it's the first anniversary, and he ordered for her a print of the station where they met. So anyway, I'm trying, that's gone bright. So I'm trying to sort this out, and my printer starts messing up. So I'm dealing with printer issues now, and I need to also change the ink. This is the one I'm using. I'm using an Epson printer, and it's actually quite good. I'm happy with the results that I'm getting for my printing. Also, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. All I had is a banana. It always amazes me. Ink is so expensive, I swear. But yeah, this one actually is good and it lasts long, so I don't mind. Let me see if I can print this again. Normally my print is quite fast, but when I was trying to print that print, it was like then it would stop and think about it and go and stop and think about it. So this is the reason why I was doing this whole thing. So while this is printing, I will tell you that I have finished this book, and it was really good. It was a story about 3 boys, 3 friends, like teenagers. I think they were like 13, 14, something like that. Is that, oh no, it is how it is. Okay, I got really confused because I thought it didn't print the whole thing, but it did. So this is the print. So in my Etsy shop, you can actually, when you order these prints, because I print them myself, you can choose whether you want the station name printed or not. So I have them in 3 sizes. So this is the A5 size. Then I have A4, which, to compare, this is A4, this is A5. So it's a... It is a big difference. A5, the A5, A4, and I also have few prints, but these are kind of like leftovers, which are kind of like a postcard print. and B6, I want to say it is. So this is the, can't see really much, but this is the difference in the print size. But the reason, and they're slightly cheaper, but the reason they're cheaper is because I cannot print them with options. So the only ones that I have is actually the ones that have already the station name printed on them, and that's the only option. So I have a bunch of them, and some people ordering them because they're slightly cheaper than the normal prints. But anyway, so link to my shop is in the description box below, as always. So anyway, back to the book, Disappearance at Devil's Rock by Paul Tremblay. So in this book we follow a group of boys, 3 boys, and they're kind of like teenager, 13, 14 kind of stuff, and they all live near this woodland, like a national park kind of thing. And one night these one of these boys, Tommy, he goes for a sleepover at, let's say, Josh's house. There's Josh, Lewis, and Tommy. So Tommy goes for a sleepover, slumber party, as you say it in America, at Josh's house, and they go into the woods. And then after midnight, Tommy's mom receives a phone call from one of the boys asking if Tommy's home, because they kind of lost him in the woods. So the whole thing starts from there. Tommy's gone missing. No one knows what happened to him. The boys are saying that he literally just went into the woods and they haven't seen him afterwards. They waited, but then they figured they'll go back home and check if he's come back home. So he is reported as missing, and the investigation is starting. And in the meantime, Tommy's mum starts seeing kind of like shadows around the house. So she thinks she sees Tommy's shadow crouched in her bedroom, and this makes her believe that Tommy is dead, basically. So what happens is people are reporting seeing shadows, and the sisters seeing the shadows as well. So, and at the same time, what happens in the middle of the living room in the morning, a few pages from Tommy's diary appear. So the mother installs a camera to see what this is about, like why they're seeing shadow, who drops the pages and whatnot. So it goes from there, it goes really interesting. So on one hand, we see what kind of happens when the boy's gone missing, the investigation and whatnot. We also see what the mother is going through. She kind of like believes that Tommy's gone, and she won't be seeing him anymore because she thought she's seen Tommy's ghost. You know, we also see what the sister's going through, and you know, the both of the friends when they have to give the statements, and the story unfolds and we see what really happened to Tommy. But it's frustrating and not. This is the purpose of the book, to build the suspense and the thrill, and you know, seeing how slowly these crumbs kind of, you know, you follow the crumbs and you go to the source. So yeah, it was interesting. I would rate it, my knees are hurting. So really, how would I rate this book? I think I would rate this book, if I was giving half stars, I would rate it 3.5 stars, because I liked it, but I didn't really like it. So I don't give half stars. So for me, this is a 3-star book. 3-star book for me is a book that I liked, that I enjoyed. And yeah, so 3-star book for 3 stars for Paul Tremblay's Disappearance at Devil's Rock. It was an interesting story. It's a psychological suspense, a thriller with a little bit of a supernatural vibe. The ending was quite ambiguous as well, I say, because we don't really know what happens at the end. I mean, we know, but like, so we kind of like oh my god, this is like the worst review ever. So the ending was, in my opinion, quite ambiguous, because even though the situation was resolved, something happens at the very end when you're kind of like, huh, so what really happened? And then you kind of end up not knowing. I apologize. Literally, I apologize. I'm the best. I'm not the best. I'm the worst book reviewer ever. All I can say that I enjoyed this book. I had a good time with it. I listened to this as an audiobook and the narration was really good and I enjoyed it, and I am going to rate it 3 stars. Also, I'm going to use this book for my horror bingo board. I will use it for the easy mode. For the title has a spooky word. Devil, basically. So I think I'm going to use that for that, and that's another book I can tick off. And I'm kind of like, now I get more books on my bingo board, I kind of feel like I should be working towards at least filling one row or column or whatever, but we'll see how it goes. I also have another couple of books by Paul Tremblay on my shelves, and also checked out from the library, audiobooks, so I'm going to listen to them. The next audiobook that I will be picking up is Paul Tremblay, again, A Head Full of Ghosts. This, I'm not sure what this is about. Oh, this is kind of like some, I think, not Parasite, oh my god, paranormal kind of possession thing. I think this is what I read from the blurb. I think this is what it is, so we'll see. I do enjoy Paul Tremblay's writing. Not everything is horror, but yeah, they kind of like suspense. I like this, but I like his vibe, basically. And I think I'll start this once I finish the once I finish preparing the Etsy order. I'll start this. I'll pop my headphones on, and I think I will start working on my drawing, because ideally I would like to finish it today, because I had a good day at work today. It's early. I finished 3 hours early. I was spare today, so it's always nice when that happens. And I want to make use of my time, because the next few days will be busy. And also 30th of November, so literally today is Thursday, so not this coming Saturday but the following Saturday, my brother is coming for a short visit. He's coming from Ireland, so I might do a little vlog with my brother, just, you know, his kind of visit here. He's coming, so we might go somewhere, but we're definitely going to a concert on the 3rd. We're going to see Sleep Token play at the O2 Arena in Greenwich, so that will be exciting. So yeah, I've got a week of November left, and you know, then my brother's here, then we are going away, so I just feel like it's going to be a busy time this coming week. So I want to at least do one of those commissioned drawings before we go. I need to go and get my shit together, sort out that order, and then start working on that drawing. I am literally so bad. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, right? Preparing the Etsy order. And then I was trying to get something from my shelf where I keep certain things that I use to pack my Etsy orders. And I was like, oh, it's a mess. So I started tidying up. And then I started putting stuff away that maybe I don't need. Maybe I can sell on Vinted. And then my son came from school and we started chatting, and I've ordered Christmas gifts and I've ordered a provisional license for him. And we are here how many hours later? Literally 4 hours later. And I haven't done even one brick on that drawing. So that's not good. Also, I haven't started with this. So I'm hungry as well, because I haven't eaten anything today, just the banana, which is so super bad. So I think I am going to put that book on, Head Full of Ghosts, and I'm going to listen, I'm going to eat, and also my pom-poms have arrived for the hats, so I'm going to attach the pom-poms to the hats as well. That's the plan. The drawing has to wait. I'm literally, oh my gosh, I'm so upset. I mean, these things had to be done anyway, but they didn't have to be done today. So this is literally typical me. Comment if you relate. I've done the pom-poms. This is just so cute. Okay, so let me show you. That's a warm, very warm hat. Nice. And I actually didn't show you how my jumper is coming along. I have now completed the body of the jumper, including the ribbing at the bottom. I've done this today. Body of the jumper is done. I just need to do the sleeves now. I'm feeling so tired right now. I literally ate and I'm ready to go to sleep, and it's only 4:30. Way too early. I think I might make myself a nice decaf, trick my brain into thinking that we had a coffee. I think I'm gonna do that, and then probably listen a little bit more and maybe start the sleeves on this. I think it's a good idea. Hi, it is the next day. I don't know what's the last thing you've seen. Oh, I think I know. I think the last thing you've seen is me telling you how I got distracted yesterday and didn't do the drawing. Yes, that is correct. It's still not done. Book update. Maybe if I move it to here, is that better? Maybe a little bit. Okay, so book update. Only this much left in the Dragon Republic, so I want to read this, and literally it's just a little bit slow. I think this would be one of those books that Becca in the Books likes, because it's a slow book. It's not action packed, so yeah, I think this is kind of up her alley, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it, but it's just a bit slow. And this, I started this today or yesterday, I don't know, and I got to page 132 when she is okay. I think maybe I should tell you what this book is about, because I don't think I read the synopsis or I told you about it. So basically there's this family, and a husband, a wife, and 2 daughters. One is 14 and the other one is little. I don't know how little. I can't remember the age of this girl, but she's the baby of the family. She's like, I don't know, 5, 6, whatever. So the book starts with a person interviewing Mary. Mary is now an adult, and she was the baby of the family, and basically Mary is telling her how it was back in the day when her sister was suffering from her affliction. The father was jobless, he was unemployed, and they were running out of money, and they were poor, and you know, they were kind of like really struggling, and especially with the sisters, with Marjorie's illness, they were struggling. So they invited the TV crews and stuff to record this reality TV show. So we kind of find out how it was for the family, how was Marjorie was the older sister, how was Marjorie behaving and whatnot. And some of these scenes are quite good. I'm enjoying this. They're very visual, like the stuff that Marjorie does. It's very visual. It's you cannot stop but think about The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. Overall, it's quite interesting. From the point of view of a parent, why would you put this up for everyone to see if you're struggling so much with, like, your child is obviously unwell, whatever it was? She's obviously unwell. Why would you do this? So it's kind of, it's making me question, you know, what would we do for money if we're really pushed to our limits, kind of thing. So it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. Mary in this book, because I'm listening to this as an audiobook, and the narrator does little Mary so well. I'm actually loving the scenes when we in that family house, and everything is happening, and this little Mary is describing like how it was and everything. I'm loving those parts, because the narrator is doing a really good job with this book. Okay, I had to come back because I have just noticed something really cool. Every chapter has something from a real life, and at the back Paul Tremblay actually explains where the names of the characters come from, or you know, the house that's in the book, what house he based it on, like, you know, some people are actually real. So it's quite interesting, and he goes through every single bloody chapter in this book, so that's quite cool. I have officially 200 pages left in this book. My plan is to finish reading this before I go to Poland. So 4 days. 4 days reading. If I read 50 pages per day, we'll see. The plan is there. The plan is to read this. I also picked up The Will of the Many. And I picked it up in hardback because a rumor has it they are going to change actually I think it's confirmed rumors that the cover is going to change. I heard Leanne from Literary Diversions talk about this. The cover is getting a makeover, and it's not a good one. So I decided to pick this one up while I still can. How cool is this colorful map? Also, how many times do you see a colorful, how often do you see a map in full color in a book? Rarely. I have finished listening to a Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay, and generally it's one of those books that I don't really know how I feel about. I'm not really liking it, but there were moments that I enjoyed in this book. Like I said, we follow Mary, and Mary is giving an interview to this woman that's supposed to write a book about what happened when Mary was a child. And Mary was part of the family. She had an older sister, Marjorie, and Marjorie went through some mental, I don't know if she had schizophrenia or something like this, but the family was a troubled family, and they believed that she was possessed, and it didn't end very nice. And in the interviews, Mary recalls the history of what happened and how the family got to the point when they started filming this kind of like a reality show of what was going on in their lives. And my favorite character in this book was definitely little Mary. She was 8 years old when this was happening. I think Marjorie was 14 or something like that. She was a teenager. And Mary was such a cool kid. She was like, she played football or soccer in America. And she was just like, you know, a bit mischievous, and she was full of energy. And she was definitely my top character in this book, and I liked her. The narration for this book was done really nice, especially for the little girl, Mary. I loved it. There were a few things that I liked about this book. I liked references to other books, horror books, or other horror movies as well, that I found that interesting. Also, there's a reference here to Stephen Graham Jones. Literally, he's mentioned by a full name, but not in a way you would expect him mentioned as an author. But basically, Paul Tremblay names one of the characters in the story as Stephen Graham Jones. And what I really liked about this book is at the end of the story, you will find extended notes. And in every single chapter, Paul Tremblay used something that refers to real life, and I actually found it really interesting to read. And even his reference to Stephen Graham Jones, and you know, other books or horror movies that he read, or people that he knows in real life, or the houses, places and whatnot. So I really like that, and I think this kind of saved this book for me. The fact that I appreciated those extended notes, and I did rate it 2.5 stars, but because I'm not doing half stars, I rounded it down to 2 stars, because it's kind of one of those books that I can't say I can't say I liked it. I didn't hate it. It's kind of one of those. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it a lot. It was just an okay book. And yeah, so this got 2-star rating from me. This I'll be using for my horror bingo board for pink horror prompt on the easy mode. And this basically is a book to do with girlhood, womanhood issues, and etc, etc. So this is a very good example, because we have, you know, 2 girls are the main characters, and you know, them growing up, and also kind of like the final girl theme as well is in this. So that's what I'm gonna use it for. And now the next book that I have lined up, next audiobook, is the Pallbearer Club. And from what I know about this, it's something to do with a funeral home. Some kids from school, like teenagers, I think, they organize this club, and they go to the funerals of something like this. This is my understanding of this book. I can't remember the synopsis. I'm not gonna read it. I don't really like reading synopsises to that point. But yeah, this is something to do with a group of teenagers creating this club, the Pallbearer Club, and them attending people's funerals. And we'll see. Sounds interesting. We shall see. I now find that Paul Tremblay is kind of like a hit and miss author for me. What have I read? I have read The Cabin at the End of the World, which I rated 5 stars. I absolutely love that book. And then recently I've read Disappearance at Devil's Rock. I rated that 3 stars. And then we have 2 stars for this one. So really, this can go either way. This could be either shit, basically, or good. We'll see. Out of the 3 books, I only loved 1. This one, again, has some sort of extra bits as well, because we see there's like a handwritten text here. There's stuff on the margins as well, like little notes on the margins. So yeah, so that will be interesting to read. I don't know how this is going to read as an audiobook. Let's see how they do this, because this was one of the reasons that I stopped listening to Babel as audiobook, because I was kind of getting a little bit annoyed with the narration being stopped to read the footnotes. So we'll see how this one goes. I am almost finished with this book. I literally have just under 100 pages left. 90 pages, actually, I think. So I think I have about half an hour before I have to, maybe 45 minutes before I absolutely have to turn my lights off and sleep. So I'm gonna see how much I can read. Even if I can do like 20-30 pages, that would be amazing. You know, today I saw 500 subscribers on my channel for the first time, and I was like, I couldn't believe. I know some of you have like thousands and thousands of subscribers, but for me, having 500 is like, it's 500 people that actually want to watch the stuff that I post, which I find incredibly amazing. So thank you very much if you're one of my subscribers. That number is probably gonna fluctuate, because it always does, but just, yeah, I'm speechless. absolutely speechless. You know, I was telling you this book is slow, and I still say that yes, this book is slow, but it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of this book. We are now in the final battle of this book, and action picked up, and I understand. I always say that, like, I understand why we were building up to this for so long. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying this book. I don't know if I want to read book 3 straight away, because this is quite heavy. This is politics, this is military, so I just kind of have to decide what I want to do when I finish this one. December is going to be busy, you know. First couple of weeks of December, I'm literally just writing off, because, like I said, my brother will be here, and then we'll be traveling, and then it's literally a couple of weeks, and it's Christmas. So Christmas is going to be busy as well. So there's not going to be a lot of reading happening, but you should see my TBR. I've literally just selected the books for my TBR. I pre-recorded some clips, so but it's kind of options for me. I gave myself options, and I'll be picking and choosing from these options. I'm in kind of like mood reading. I haven't been mood reading in a while, so yeah, I kind of fancy something else. I need a break from politics and from military. Hello, I know you love seeing the toilet, so you're welcome. No, joke. That better? Lovely. Right, Pallbearer's Club. I got to page 150, and it's a DNF for me. I just don't get this book. I don't see a point behind this book. I thought the idea of this book was supposed to be of this group of people attending funerals, and you know, the main guy, the main character. What the flip is his name? Art Barbara. So he's the main character, and he's a troubled teenager, and he's got some spinal issues and all sorts of things. He's so not confident, and then he meets this girl in this club, Macy Brown, something like Mercy Brown, something like this, and then he suspects she's a vampire. I got so lost in this book. I honestly don't know what this book is about. If you asked me, I can tell you it's mostly about this guy. The Pallbearer's Club, it was in the beginning. Yes, they attended funerals, and that's how they met. They went to like 2 or 3 funerals, and then there's nothing to do with this at that point. The book is written from the point of view of him. He tells a story as kind of like a memoir, and the way it is, you know, I was telling you there are some notes on the margins and stuff like that, like this. So what's that supposed to be is this guy, Art, writing his memoir, and then Mercy reading this manuscript or whatever it is, and she's correcting his stuff on the margins. She's basically annotating his memoir, and she keeps saying it's not a memoir, it's a novel, and blah blah blah. And I got so flipping lost in this book. I honestly don't know where this is going. I have no clue where this is going. I don't see there is any plot to this book, or I don't know if I'm just too stupid to understand this book. I literally don't understand this book. I don't see a point to this book. Also, 150 pages in, that's halfway through, pretty much. Yeah, that's halfway through the book. And I was literally so bored. I didn't even read this. I was listening to an audiobook of this and I got so bored. I was like, I literally couldn't care less. I don't care about art. I don't care about Mercy. I don't care about anything else. The thing I cared about was that club. And that club was pretty much dissolved after 2 or 3 meets. And it was like within the first few chapters of the book. And then there was no mention of this club. So, I don't know. I feel like the title is misleading. I did not enjoy what I've read so far, of what I listened so far. There were bits that were kind of like quite cool, but it's like a drop in the ocean to me. I just don't give a flying, to be honest. So this is where Paul Tremblay and I part ways. I think I don't think I'm interested in any more of his writings. Frankly, I am disappointed. So that's going to be an unhaul together with the other couple of books, The Disappearance, At Devil's Rock, and Head Full of Ghosts. I don't think I will be keeping his books. I will be keeping The Cabin at the End of the World because I want to reread this book one day again. So it's a bye-bye, Mr. Tremblay, and it's a DNF. And as you can see, I literally just came back from work and I rushed to tell you that I literally have like 40 pages left in the Dragon Republic. I am going to crash on the sofa, read this before Jason gets home because we have a couple of busy days ahead of us. So I need to finish this, give you an update, and then close this vlog and post it this week. I need to post it this week. Finished. Oh my gosh. So I freaking loved it. Okay, I loved it. I'm a big fan of this series. This is book 2. I rated the first one 5 stars. It was such a slow burn. It was more military. It was wars. It was battles. It was preparing for battles. It was strategies. It was politics. It was traitors, and it was people backstabbing each other, and it was so good. It was absolutely amazing. And towards the end of the book, I was literally on the edge of my seat, and we see all those bastards and traitors and bad people and and buddies, and it's just it's such a good book. I loved the growth through that Rin went through. She was annoying in places, like you can see something is happening and you kind of just want to shake her and be like, Rin, wake up, can you not see that this is going on? But you have to admire her bravery and her courage and her loyalty to her friends and to what she believes in. And such a good book, such a good book. I think it was a little bit definitely slower than book 1, and I would like to see a little bit more action, especially in maybe like the first half of the book, because the second half was full of action, but the first half of the book, it wasn't actiony enough for me. For this reason, I'm going to rate this 4 stars. But I love this book. I really enjoyed this book. I had a really good time, even though it's such a big book, 654 pages. It was easy to read. It was quick to read. I think Poppy Wars is becoming one of my favorite series. I said the Poppy War book 1 was one of my favorite books of the year, but I think generally Poppy Wars will be one of my favorite series of all time. I have book 3 left to read. I think I'm going to just leave it off until maybe January. I need to read something that doesn't require a lot of brain power. This book is heavy in politics. Like I said, it's heavy in military and strategies, and there's a lot going on plot wise, so it's quite, not draining would be a bad word, but it's quite dense, and there's a lot of information that you kind of have to take in and digest. So I think I am going to take a little break from Poppy Wars. One book left. I'm planning to read that in January, start a new year with completing those series that I have started. But highly recommend the series. Book 2 was a success, and I'm happy I've read this. I'm absolutely happy I've read this. I am so glad I've discovered this series finally. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I convinced you to give this series a go. If you like politics, military, battles and stuff like that, have a read. You will enjoy it. For now, I thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and comment if you want to, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next one very soon. Bye!